Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Shower and thunderstorm chances will progress eastward with the advancing cold front into the Appalachians and the East Coast by this evening. A few isolated severe storms may occur over the southeast. Areas of moderate rainfall will linger over portions of the southern plains along and north of the cold front over Texas as it begins to slow and stall over the region. Isolated flooding is possible. Closer to home, we're going to have very warm temperatures today. For the weekend, we're going to see slightly lower high temperatures, and there's going to be a slight chance for storms in the Sacramento Mountains. For the first of next week, expect warm and dry weather with breezy afternoon winds. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Alamogordo Public School System is preparing for the preschool roundup on April 24th. We had a word with Donna Dupree.
We're rounding up kids for next year, for the school year, because we need to fill all our slots for our 4-year-old program for next year.
What do parents need to know about the program?
So it's free, but there is limited slots because we're funded through a grant. And so the sooner they get in and get their spot, the more of a chance they'll get to be able to have their child attend next year.
Details are available by calling 575-812-5525. The Alameda Park Zoo is having a very busy month this month. Brew at the Zoo is coming up on April 26th. I spoke with Hector.
We're going to have a country band to Moon Junction. We're going to have a dance floor for people to take advantage of if they choose to have a ball, dance the night away. We're going to have 4 breweries. We're going to have about 5 to 6 food trucks and drink vendors. And, of course, we're going to have craft vendors. Check out the City of Alamogordo Facebook page for more details. The New Mexico Department of Transportation Traffic Safety Division and Safer New Mexico Now brings an in-person car seat inspection clinic to Tularosa. I spoke with Dominic Galbadon, the Assistant Director for Safer New Mexico Now.
Oh, yeah. So every car seat clinic that we have in New Mexico, we schedule appointments or have walk-ins for families to go ahead and bring in their child with their car seat that they're looking to get inspected. What we do is we have our trained technicians go ahead and take a look at those car seats just to make sure they're installed correctly, educate the parent on any misuses that we find. We also look to make sure that it's not on the recall list and that it hasn't been involved in a crash. If we do find that the car seat is not suitable for any child, what we do is we replace the car seat with a brand new car seat for a $35 donation.
The car seat inspection clinic will be happening from 10 until 12 on Saturday, April 27th at the NMDOT Tularosa Patrol Yard, 7679 US 5470. This is a free educational event. For more information, please call 800-231-6145 or 505-856-6143. You can hear this interview in full on our YouTube channel. The Alamo Senior Center is gearing up for a dance for Mother's Day.
It is open to the public. The tickets are only $10. We have music by Lenore. We'll have tea, sandwiches, and light refreshments and dessert. So it's going to be a really good time.
See the Alamo Senior Center Facebook page for more information. The City of Alamogordo announces that the City Profile newsletter that many of you receive in the mail, along with your water bill, will no longer be there. Due to increasing costs, the City Profile newsletter will no longer be printed and delivered. The April 2024 issue was the last printed edition of the newsletter. But the newsletter isn't going anywhere. The City Profile will continue to be published, and the new monthly editions will be available on the City of Alamogordo website and City of Alamogordo Facebook page. Well, today is Friday. It's time for a cat chat from Kitty City NM.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City NM, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. This week, Kitty City is featuring Mama Allie and her 4 kittens. There are several litters of kittens with their mamas in foster homes in Alamogordo. We can't tell these fosters enough how much we appreciate them providing loving homes for these mamas and their kittens. The more foster homes we have, the more litters we can rescue. The lucky mamas and kittens in their wonderful foster homes are well cared for, loved, and well adjusted. These kittens become accustomed to being handled and so often become the snuggliest and the sweetest kitties. Speaking of foster homes, my husband Ed and I are fostering a litter of 4 kittens and their mama Allie. Allie is a tripod kitty who lost her right front leg. She is the best mama to our absolutely adorable babies. There are 3 males and 1 female. They are 6 weeks old and will remain with Mama Allie for at least another 3 to 4 weeks. We want to make sure these kittens are completely weaned from Mama and are also physically and socially developed. Allie and her babies can be pre-adopted with payment of their adoption fee. The female kitten is all black with medium-length fur. We named her Beyonce because she is beautiful and talented. We are not yet sure if she will have a great singing voice, but we are hoping. The boys' names are Clapton, Diamond, and Springsteen. Do you see a pattern here? These males are all very handsome tabbies with interesting colorings and patterns. Clapton is the most interesting with gray, tan, and white in a unique marbled pattern. Diamond is a gray tabby with lots of white and some gray markings. Last but not least is Springsteen, a dark gray tabby and oh so handsome. Even though there are weeks to go before these kitties are able to leave their mama, they can be pre-adopted. Their pictures and profiles can be viewed on our website, www.kittycitynm.com. All the cats at Kitty City are listed on our website in alphabetical order. Or come visit all the cats at Kitty City NM at 56 Stanley Ranch Road here in Alamogordo. Tomorrow, Saturday, April 20, there will be no adoption event at the White Sands Mall. Instead, come to visit Kitty City NM at 56 Stanley Ranch Road from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. to adopt a sweet kitty. And visit Alamogordo Animal Control at 2910 Florida Avenue from 12 to 5 p.m. to adopt a cat or dog or both. Alamogordo Animal Control has a special price of $40 for any cat or dog for all of April. These animals need you to be their forever friend. Come to the White Sands Mall next Saturday, April 27, for our Kitty City adoption event from 10 to 4 p.m. at the White Sands Mall. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and we will be talking to you next week from Kitty City NM. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
A man near Zia Middle School got out of a car and just shot a lady, and I witnessed it. I couldn't get his license plate.
Was she in a vehicle?
She was in the vehicle. She got out, and he shot her. She was running. She's barefooted, and I'm covered in blood right now.
Okay. Where was she shot at? What part of her body?
She has 2 on her chest, on her breast, and she's got 1 to the stomach.
A chilling 911 call from an eyewitness of a horrific event which took place in Mesilla on April 1st.
At this time, Oscar Renee Sandoval has been captured and is in custody.
Mesilla marshals confirming that Oscar Sandoval is in custody for the murder of his wife, Shirlene Algeberry. Sandoval was taken into custody by U.S. Marshals in Mexico after a 9-day manhunt, but they could not confirm where in Mexico Sandoval was apprehended. He's already been extradited to the U.S. and faces both state and federal charges that are unknown at this time. Sandoval is being held in jail without bond. 33-year-old Jeremy Smith of Marion, South Carolina, the man accused of shooting and killing New Mexico State Police Officer Justin Hare, pled not guilty during his arraignment in federal court yesterday. Smith has been charged with carjacking resulting in death, causing death by the discharge of a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence, kidnapping resulting in death, being a prohibited person in possession of a firearm, possession of a stolen firearm, and interstate transport of a stolen vehicle. He's going to remain in custody until the trial begins. If convicted of these current charges, Smith faces a mandatory life sentence or death for the kidnapping resulting in death charge and any number of years up to life or death for the carjacking and discharge of firearm offenses. He could also face state charges in New Mexico, according to the previous remarks made by New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres. Smith is also facing 17 charges in the death of a paramedic in South Carolina. Jesus Alonso Cerezo Espedillo, a 51-year-old from Carlsbad, has pled guilty to conspiracy to distribute 500 grams and more of cocaine and 5 grams and more of methamphetamine. That's according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Cerezo Espedillo is the 8th individual indicted after a 2023 law enforcement operation in Carlsbad. Other individuals charged after that operation have also pled guilty to federal crimes. In 2023, Cerezo Espedillo took possession of an ice chest containing drugs in Mexico. He was supposed to take that chest to Carlsbad, but left it in a parked car in El Paso. Overnight, law enforcement seized those drugs. Lab tests revealed that there were 1,974 net grams of cocaine and 501.4 net grams of methamphetamines in that chest. Cerezo Espedillo is awaiting sentencing. He's going to be held in custody as he waits. He faces between 5 and 40 years in prison. Registered voters in New Mexico for the first time can join a permanent list to receive an absentee ballot by mail in future elections. The Secretary of State's office states it's accepting online requests for absentee ballots ahead of the June 4th primary on the website nmvote.org, where qualified voters can opt in to the permanent list. Alex Cortaz of the New Mexico Secretary of State's office spoke with KRQE.
To have a whole cohort of people that they already know are going to want an absentee ballot requested, it makes, ordering paper easier, ordering envelopes.
Absentee ballots can be returned by mail or by hand at the county clerk's offices or ballot drop boxes. The deadline for requesting an absentee ballot in the state's June 4th primary is May 21st. New Mexico's permanent absentee ballot list was authorized under the 2023 legislation aimed at expanding access to the ballot in New Mexico.
Despite a lot of recent progress in strengthening voting opportunities for all New Mexicans, New Mexico still lags behind other states in our percentage of citizens that are registered to vote and the number of folks who exercise that right at election time.
The law also requires that each of New Mexico's 33 counties maintain at least 2 monitored ballot drop boxes. It's also mentioned that county clerks can request an exemption. Secretary of State Maggie Toulouse-Oliver released a statement which reads in part, quote, "Voting by absentee ballot is a secure and efficient way to make your voice heard, and the new permanent absentee list option for voters is yet another way we've increased the convenience of voting," close quote. I find this to be very concerning, and I'm not alone. I spoke with Todd Hawthorne, who is very involved with New Mexico election integrity.
This decision is not good. It's a typical flood the zone kind of response. The more ballots there are available, the more likely it is that the person that marks the ballot might not be the person who was intended to receive the ballot. That's a big problem.
You can hear this interview in its entirety on the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 23 games for Mexico softball today, including number 1 Alamogordo at Mayfield. Go Lady Tigers. There are 31 games for Mexico baseball today, including Mayfield at Alamogordo. Go Tigers. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly sunny skies, winds gusting as high as 21 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 21, sunshine tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 85, low tonight 58, high tomorrow 79 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today, winds gusting as high as 31 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 30. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a 20% chance for showers, winds gusting as high as 25. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 63, low tonight of 42, high tomorrow 55 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.